I want to use the McCoy interview on the network drive to demonstrate what you should do to edit a roll. So the first thing you need to do is find your interview on the network drive. So that would either be in the group folder and then should be moved out to the main folder in a folder all its own. Like right now, this is called Auditorium, and that's where all this stuff is. So that anybody who works on Auditorium knows where it is, and then once it becomes part of an episode, we can move it into that episode folder. But here, we don't know what part of the episode it should be in, so we have it just here. McCoy Interview 3A Aces. That's what I'm going to have, but I need a Premiere project, so I've opened Premiere, and go to File New, and that brought me here. I'm going to call it McCoy Auditorium. That way I know. I'm going to put it in that same folder where all the other stuff is. So I'm going to browse, and I'm going to try to find the network drive. It takes a while, and I do want to make sure that when you guys save stuff, you are saving it in the folder where everybody can access it. So you got to make sure it's on the network drive. This is Auditorium, so this is where I'm saving it. All my Auditorium stuff will be in this folder. Even stuff I take as screenshots at the last minute or have somebody go out and shoot at the last minute needs to be pulled into here. And then from here it needs to be put into Premiere. So now that is in Premiere. And from Premiere you can import all this stuff. So I'll go ahead and import McCoy 3A Aces interview. If you're editing the A-roll, your job is just to arrange the A-roll in a good logical order. Then you can export it and put it right here. The B-roll editor can then apply the B-roll to your A-roll edit. So we can make that nice and not confusing so that everybody knows their job and everybody can follow through with the jobs done. So from there I pull it into the track, and now I'm going to listen.
So we need your first name, last name, and title.
James McCoy, Director of Theater, Mesquite High School.
Okay, so he just said James McCoy, Director of Theater, Mesquite High School. That's not anything we want in our original A-roll, but the B-roll editor is going to need to make a title for that. So hopefully you know how to spell James McCoy. I've got McCoy there for you. James is pretty self-explanatory. And then Director of Theater will be his title. That'll be under it. Okay, so I'm trimming that off and moving this over because you can see by the audio that there's nothing there except maybe a question.
So why did we get the renovations for the auditorium?
Okay, I'm not going to keep the questions. I'm not going to put up a title that shows the questions. Instead, I'm going to cut between the questions and then organize this to where it's in a logical order and sounds like he's just telling us about the auditorium.
It was time. We needed to move into a new technology, the new technology in staging.
Okay, so it was time doesn't really give us anything.
To move into, we needed to.
So I'll take it from we needed. So you could see how I use this to scrub and use this to drag and pull up. Okay, so got it trimmed off.
It was time.
Took out the it was time.
We needed to move.
He says, I'm going to trim that out.
We needed to move into a new.
You want to trim it precisely so that you don't get half of a word.
We needed.
Because the B-roll editor shouldn't have to go fix things that the A-roll left glitchy. So
we needed to
perfect.
Move into a new technology, the new technology in staging, and we needed to move to that. We were so
he's kind of repeating himself. I may do some cutting and editing in here.
Far behind in stage technology.
Okay, so that's his whole answer. I just hit space to cut. I'm going to trim this right here. I think I might cut some of this out. I'm going to listen back.
Technology, the new technology in staging, and we needed to move to that. We were so far behind in stage technology.
Okay, I may just keep just this part, but I might be able to change the order around.
In stage technology. We needed to move into a new technology, the new technology in staging, and we needed to move to that.
Okay, see, that's repeating, so I'm just going to trim that off. Let's see if maybe this makes sense.
We needed to move into a new technology, the new technology in staging. We were so far behind.
Okay, right there, he's kind of repeating new technology in staging. Let's see if I can cut this out.
We needed to move into a new...
I'm going to have to get in real close here.
Move into a...
I want the end of 2.
A new...
Because I want to get rid of... And you can press this space right here, hit delete, and that's going to move the rest of the stuff up.
To move into the new technology.
So I can cut out his right here. Delete.
Move into the new technology in staging.
You can hear that glitch. Let's add a transition. So I'm going to go to effects, and I'm going to find a fade. One of these cross fades. See if that'll fix that. I'm going to shorten it.
Move into the new technology in staging.
I hear a little bit of...
Move into the new technology in staging.
That's good. The problem with this cut is now B-roll editor is going to have to make sure that this is covered because it's a jump cut.
Into the new technology.
So you don't want too many jump cuts. You want to do as few cuts as you can, still making what they say concise without too much repetition.
Staging. We were so far behind.
So I think this will go great right here.
We were so far behind in stage technology. We needed to move into the new technology in staging.
I don't know whether that should be at the beginning or the end. Let's see.
We needed to move into the new technology in staging. We were so far behind in stage technology.
Okay, so it sounds like it fits better right here. So I'm going to leave that right here. Since all this goes as one clump, I'm selecting, and I'm just going to change the color by right-click, label, rows. Now that's all the same color. That'll go together. Now I just need to work on the next. Cut out the ums, but you see there was an in here. I don't want to have to worry about covering that with B-roll, so I'm going to leave that one there. But if the ums are on the outside, get rid of them.
Essentially everything except the walls. New carpet, new seating, new walls, the lighting system, the whole new...
He said walls before, so let's get rid of new walls.
New...
Or the beginning.
Essentially everything except the walls. New carpet, new seating, new walls.
I don't get it. Everything except the walls, and then new walls. He seems like he's contradicting himself.
The lighting system, the whole new sound system, all of the curtains and draperies in the auditorium.
So I'm just going to cut the new walls part because that confuses me. And we can just go from here to here. Delete. Select, delete.
Essentially everything except the walls. New carpet, new seating, the...
So we can cut essentially everything except the walls. I wish he had said this in a complete sentence. They replaced essentially everything except the walls. But this may work.
New carpet, new...
Let's get rid of the at the beginning.
New carpet.
Zoom in to get rid of the
New carpet, new seating, the lighting system, the whole new sound system, all of the curtains and draperies in the auditorium.
Cut. There's the end. These go together, so I can go ahead and label these. Something else may go with it.
How old was the previous auditorium?
The auditorium was built in 1967.
Okay, I'm going to let you cut that. Now I need to move to... How can I organize this? So let's see where can I put this in?
It opened. It was remodeled in 1985. That's the year that they took the seat. And then somewhere in there, they replaced all the curtains.
Okay. You're going to cut there. This is the history, so that may need to go at the beginning. So you're just trying to put all these pieces in a reasonable order.
Well, it just feels better in here. It's much brighter.
Well, it just feels better in here. Might go right before their replacement. So that might be good right here.
Well, it just feels better in here. It's much brighter in here. I took a picture of the auditorium right before they started the remodel and a picture right after, and the difference is clear. You can see in the auditorium now. Before it was very dingy and dark and had a very old feel to it. And now it's a lot brighter and feels a lot newer.
Yeah, so this will be able to lead into this. So what I'm going to do, let me just show you this tool. If I click this, that moves everything back right here. And I'm going to take this, click this tool again. Okay, and now I'm going to move this in front of this and see how this leads in. Just going to go ahead and change that to forest. I'll just play from here.
And now it's a lot brighter and feels a lot newer. New carpet, new seating.
See? That leads straight into that. So basically you want to line up these chunks to where it's one continuous play of his audio, unless you want to write interludes where you have a reporter say things between what he says. You could do that, or you could just line it up and make sure it makes sense. If it does not make sense all lined up, like, will this part go at the beginning? I think I said something about maybe the history going at the beginning. If you need a reporter interlude, just go ahead and write what the reporter should say, and then the reporter can have something they're saying in between these clips. But you're trying to get the A-roll all done, and file, save. Once you have a continuous clip, either with the reporter script in between or all this in order, the reporter could be the anchor too. So if you don't have time for a reporter to go out and record what you have to say, we could just have the anchors do it. But we need a script written up for what they'll say. So put that in a Google Doc if you need that. Then you're done with the A-roll. Go ahead and submit it to the assignment in Google Class so I know it's ready. Or turn in your XP sheet, whichever you're working on with your class. And tell me personally so I know to get the B-roll editor on the job. But that's how you do the A-roll.